We're eager. We were waiting for this day very much. And here we are, our children are here to do their best and show their learning, display their learning, and show their scientific inquisitiveness and what they have observed in their life and how they have taken their learning beyond the classroom. So proud teachers are here to present their children, and all this presentation is taken care by grade 3, 4 and 5. Teachers are just facilitators, and we are as much proud as you all parents to see our children showcase their learning. Go ahead, Tana.
Science is a way of thinking much more than it is a body of knowledge. Don't you think this is true? And this is the very reason why we are gathered here. We are eager to show you all our inquisitive minds that we have developed for science during the course of this year. National Science Day is celebrated 28th March every year to commemorate the invention of Raman effect, and really, what could be a better way to honor than this Science Fest? So here we are. Welcome one and all, dear parents. Fasten your seatbelts. We, the PYP students of Harvest, are all geared up to exhibit a learning beyond the classroom.
Before we get into the journey of exploration, let's remind ourselves of the few housekeeping essentials. Dear friends, we love to hear your voice, but certainly not in the middle of our friend's presentation. So let's all keep our audios muted until it is our turn. This session is being recorded, so let's take advantage of the situation with our videos on. You would also agree with me that the last thing we want is the embarrassing repeated call out for our names like we hear in the airports. So let's be alert. Maybe your fingers are eager to try out the virtual effects and background. But for now, let's keep those fingers in control. Let's make sure that all materials or props for the presentation are within our reach. You wouldn't want to be in the middle of your presentation and realize you're missing something. As you are supported by your friends. And by the way, let's keep our give and take clear. As you are supported by your friends, you should also show your support onwards to your friends by being present till the end, and also by tightly keeping your parents by your side. And remember, friends make everything a lot more fun. So make sure to be there till the end to encourage and support your friends. And all your friends, you have to also encourage them while they present their work.
Thank you, Nartana. We would like to hear from Dakshani ma'am. Dakshani ma'am, we would like to hear from you and inspire our children.
I'm really, really happy that I'm in this program because I've seen these kids so enthusiastic. Children, you're awesome. You're putting in your efforts. I'm sure you're all enjoying. Can I hear from you? Are you enjoying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Keep up
ma'am.
and be responsible, and you people are really, really lucky to have such wonderful set of teachers. Learn as much as you can and be expressive. I'm sure you're going to rock today. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Your presence itself makes a lot of importance for us. Your presence itself gives that kind of inspiration, and to couple with that, your blessings and your words make a lot of meaning for us. Thank you, ma'am, for being.
Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Anita, and thank you all the parents for being here, because your presence definitely makes a difference for the children. You know, your appreciation makes a lot of difference for them. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Children, let's move on with our program.
Tanav, I heard that you are very curious about what happens inside the earth. Tell us more about it.
Yes, indeed. Hello everyone, my name is Tanav, and today I'm going to spread information about mountains with holes on top. Volcanoes are opening and excrete lava when the mantle gets full. A volcano erupts when the mantle can't hold the pressure So it comes, volcano erupts when the mantle can't hold the pressure. So it comes through veins inside the volcanoes. There is a central vein and a secondary vein. When it erupts, there is a huge amount of ash released. Because of friction of the air and ash, lightning is created. In the land where lava cools down, it becomes a lava field. In there, the land is very fertile, and some farmers opt to live near them. But also, volcanoes are really dangerous because if you get stuck inside one, you might die because of the heat and intense pressure coming from it. Thank you.
Wonderful learning, Tana. Earth is indeed a mystery. The interior of it is definitely. Now let's watch what Taisha Chan from grade 3 has for us.
I'm going to make a volcano. I'm going to show you eruption of it. This is some baking powder and some red food coloring. And some vinegar.
Saisha, that was an interesting project. Now let me introduce Elena, who will show us a fun, bubbly and yummy experiment. Coca-Cola contains a fairly short list of ingredients which are carbonated water, sugar, caffeine, phosphoric acid, caramel, natural flavorings. Elena, please show us what you're going to do with this fizzy drink.
Hi all, good morning. As already mentioned, today I'm going to demonstrate the Coca-Cola inventors experiment. Any idea what happens when you add Coca-Cola, when you add mentors into Coca-Cola? Let's find out. Coca-Cola contains carbon dioxide, When the Ventus candy sinks into the carbon dioxide, Coca-Cola, it creates carbon dioxide bubbles. Soda, which is already present in the Coca-Cola, is dissolved in it. This results to cause more carbon dioxide to be freed and released, creating even more bubbles, resulting in the eruption. Thank you.
That was enlightening, dear Alana. Now we have Kushke Swani, who's going to show us an awesome experiment which will include some tasty multicolored sweets. Kush, you can now reveal your ingredient for this experiment.
Hello everyone, my name is Kush. I'm going to do a skittle experiment. We all eat but it's tasty. Let's learn some experiments. And put it in the middle. Make sure to take your parents' help.
Come on.
What's happening? Sugar molecules. In sugar molecules, sugar molecule is made up of carbon 12 atoms, hydrogen 22 atoms, oxygen 11 atoms. So when we put water, sugar color moves from side to center. From lot of sugar to less sugar, color do not mix because they are thick. This is called stratification.
Can we all applaud for that? It's a beautiful experiment. He has taken his learning much beyond what he's done in his class, and he's talked about carbon atoms and about molecules. Beautiful, Kush.
That was interesting to know, Kush. I learned something new. Well, we have all seen windmills in pictures, or even with your own eyes. But did you think or ever wonder how they made it? Let's ask Kimaya and Mish to tell us about her model and her explanation on windmills.
This is my wind-powered model, and wind turbines always have a simple principle, which is that instead of electricity creating wind like a fan, wind creates electricity. So now I'll just give a explanation of how it works. So suppose there's wind coming towards the fan. So the fan starts rotating. And so inside this rotor, there's another rotor. So when this starts rotating, even that rotors will start rotating. And that rotor is connected to a generator, and which that generator generates electricity. Now, as there is insufficient wind here, I will not be able to make an exact working model of a windmill. Now, I'll tell you some did you know facts. Did you know that turbine towers normally stand over 328 feet tall? My second fact is, the higher you build a turbine tower, the more winds come. So when more winds come, you can produce more electricity. My third fact is that the largest created windmill is in Hawaii. It's 20 stories tall, and each blade is a length of 1 football field. My last fact is now I'm going to tell you some benefits for the environment and also some facts. So the first benefit is that because of windmill there is zero pollution. My second one is that wind is free, and the last is that wind is a renewable energy. That means never ending. Thank you.
Wonderful, Kimaya. That was wonderful learning. I just have an announcement. If parents could click pictures of the children performing the experiment and share it with the respective teachers, would be very grateful. We are doing the recording and we are taking the pictures, but wouldn't be as much as close as you are. So request parents to take pictures as they are explaining and once they are done with the experiment. Thanks a lot, parents. Neelambri, you can go ahead.
That was a wonderful explanation and demonstration, Kimaya. We use markers in class. How else could we have fun with a marker? Let's ask Pranati.
So I take a plate, and then I am just gonna draw something. Like you can write or draw like anything you want. Yeah, I am drawing like a a line. Maybe that's easy. Maybe 2 lines and a circle.
Pranati, could you keep your camera a little lower so that we can see what you're doing? Is that possible from your side? Yeah, great. Wonderful. Thank you.
And now I'm just gonna add some water. And gonna add little by little. It's fine if it doesn't work. For me, it's kind of not working. It's like that. So don't worry, I have made some other ones which have been floating. So just for example, this one, this is already floating. I had written like 2 sticks maybe or 2 lines, and that had been floating like this. And I had made another one which was not actually floating, but then it was half floating. I had written 10. The 0 had, had come half.
Yeah, we can see it floating, Pranati. Yes.
So I just want to share some tips with you. Like, if you write lighter, like it'll come more. And if you should do slowly from the edge, then like it'll start coming up. So I have 2 markers here. Yeah, and if it's good if you use Expo air dryer pen, like that's more good. But then I didn't have it, so I just did it with whatever I have. Yeah, and do you know why it's floating? Because in the glass, because I've used a glass plate like this. I've used a glass plate, and then if you write it in a board marker, like it will not stick to it. After you pour the water, like it will come up. So better you use a new one, because I used an old one and it kind of didn't work. So yeah, you better use a new one. Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful temperament that you have. If it fails or it works, it doesn't deter our determination. Beautiful, Pranati. Thanks a lot for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pranati, for making us think about something we normally don't think about. Have you ever wondered about water and ice? We all have played with these things since our childhood. Now we have Sohan, who is going to show us an ice-cold water experiment. Over to you, Sohan.
So I'm going to explain where the water melts faster. The ice melts faster, in water or in air. So I'm going to take one ice cube and keep it in the water, and before I'm going to keep it in the air. Do you know which one melts faster? It melts faster in water, because in water there is something that is making it liquid, and in air it's open, so the air just comes and blows it a bit. And ice also contains water. Now you can see the ice has almost melted. It's halfway melted, and in the napkin, in the air, it hasn't yet melted. It also depends on the temperature you keep it on. If you're in a cold place, it will melt faster, if slower, and if you're in a nice place, hot place settlement faster. Thank you.
Wasn't that a beautiful thought, dear listeners? We appreciate your effort to share it with us, Sohan. Rain everywhere, and not a drop to drink. But not anymore. Our friend Dia has come up with a good idea to conserve nature's precious gift. Let's hear more from her.
Hello everybody. Today I am going to present about rainwater harvesting. Rainwater should be collected for reuse. We can use it for washing clothes, watering plants and all household activities. This is called rainwater harvesting. I made one model of rainwater harvesting. I am going to show how should it be collected. This is cloud. This is collection tank. Imagine this is the rainwater. Now it's coming to the tank. Water is important for us. Do not waste water. Water is precious. Save water. Thank you.
Here, our friend Adviti is going to demonstrate the world's most preferred and advocated fight. Wondering what? Let's find out from her.
Good morning, everybody. Today, I'm going to show you an experiment to explain how soaps and germ killers work. Over here, in this bowl of water, I'm going to sprinkle a bit of pepper. Now, let's see what happens if I add my finger into the water. As you can see, nothing happens but the pepper sticks to my hand. Now, let's see what happens if I add a bit soap to my finger. As you can see, the pepper runs away. Now you must be wondering why this happens. This happens because water molecules are closely tied to each other. The pepper float bond between the water molecules, but the water molecules still want to stick to each other, and thus they try to move away along with the pepper. Hope you liked my experiment.
Adviti, that is incredible. Did you know the human body is a combination of physics, chemistry, and biology? Systems in our body keeps us going. Let us listen to the team of Aparajita Datta and Shrestha Kavur.
Hi, my name is Aparajita and I am here with my partner Shrestha.
Hello! Today we're going to present the respiratory system with this model. So let's start off by telling the things we use for what.
So these balloons are the lungs.
The straw I used is for the windpipe and the other straw is for holding the lungs, which are also called bronchi.
We cut another balloon for the diaphragm.
Now we're going to talk about the respiratory system and a few facts about it.
When you exercise and your muscles work harder, your body uses more oxygen and produces more carbon dioxide. To cope with this extra pressure, your breathing has to increase from about 15 times a minute when you are resting up to about 40 to 60 times a minute during exercise.
This happens because the breathing rate and volume of each breath increases to bring more oxygen into the body and remove the carbon dioxide produced. The heart rate increases to supply the muscles and with extra oxygen and remove the carbon dioxide produced.
The respiratory system, also called the gas exchange system, is the body getting rid of carbon dioxide and taking in oxygen. Carbon dioxide, a waste product, goes out of the body.
Oxygen, which the body needs, comes in. The lungs are the main organ to do this. Inhalation means bringing air rich in oxygen into the body.
When you breathe in, you take in the oxygen in the air.
Then the air passes through your nostrils.
There are tiny hairs present in your nostrils that stop the dust particles from going into the windpipe.
Then the air travels through the windpipe, also called as the trachea, which purifies the air we breathe in.
The trachea branches out to two tubes called bronchi, where tiny hair called cilia move back and forth, moving the mucus inside.
The mucus is a sticky substance that collects germs and other particles that might harm your lungs.
The bronchi then carries air into each lung. The right lung has 3 lobes, whereas the left lung has 2 lobes.
The left lung is slightly smaller in size to give space to the heart.
These lobes are filled with small and spongy air sacs called alveoli, where the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide happens.
It is here where the blood picks up oxygen and lets go of the carbon dioxide.
Just below the lungs is a dome-shaped muscle called diaphragm that contracts when you breathe in and expands when you breathe out.
It also separates the chest part from the abdominal cavity. It is
trivia time. Did you know that the lungs are the only organ that can float on water?
A person breathes approximately 20,000 times a day.
So friends, did you get a gasp on these facts?
I for sure did.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Don't we all agree that the most important part of our body is the heart? Over to Nikhil to know more about it.
Hello everyone, my name is Nikhil and today I have the model of the heart, which is the main functional unit of the circulatory system. As we all know, the circulatory system consists of the heart, the arteries and the veins. The main function is to take glucose and oxygen to all parts of the body and at the same time collect carbon dioxide and other waste materials and take them to the respiratory system. The blood with carbon dioxide enters the right atrium through the vena cavas, then flows to the ventricle and from there to the lungs to the pulmonary arteries. Let me show you. The blood with oxygen enters the left atrium through the pulmonary veins, then flows to the ventricles and the rest of the body through the aorta. But do we know what causes the heart to beat in a rhythmic way? The SA node in the heart is a natural pacemaker. It sends an electric pulse which causes the heart to contract and relax, thus causing the blood to flow. This is how the loved-up sound of the heart is created. The SA sinoatrial node generates an electric signal that causes the upper heart chamber's atria to contract. The signal then passes through the atrioventricular node to the lower heart chamber's ventricles, causing them to contract or pump. When the natural pacemaker malfunctions or breaks down, artificial pacemaker is placed. To make the model, I used cardboard, IV tubes, bottle, and some red paint and some blue paint. Let me just show you one more time with the oxygen and the carbon dioxide blood. Thank you.
Can we all applaud for that, because we could get a real look at that of how the heart functions and the blood flow. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
The valuable information shared by Nikhil was a new insight for me too, like every other listener with me here. Buoyancy is the force that causes objects to float. It seemed a bit hard for me to understand what it is. So, I'm asking Nardana to help me understand what buoyancy is.
Hi all, so now my name is Nathana and now I'll be helping you to understand the principle of buoyancy. So what is buoyancy? So first, buoyancy was found, the principle of buoyancy was discovered by Archimedes. So Archimedes is the father of the math and he's also the father of the science. So to describe the principle of buoyancy, we can say that anybody completely or partially submerged in a fluid, which is fluid is nothing but a gas or liquid, at rest is acted upon by an upward force or buoyant force, the magnitude of which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body. If the weight is distributed equally, the object will float, and if the object's weight is concentrated in one place and is not distributed equally, the object will sink. Well, it also depends upon the density of the fluid used in this experiment. Now I'll show you how the principle of buoyancy works. So now I have taken two pieces of clay in equal amount, and now I have made the first one into a bowl and the second one into a ball. So now I have two types of water. So I have normal water and salt water. So first I'll show you by putting it into the salt water. So first, when you put the ball, it sinks. And now what we have to do is we do the same thing with the bowl. Now I have the bowl and I drop it into the water, and now it floats. I'll show you. So this is how it floats. So now it always floats, but this time the water went in, so it sinks because of the weight. Now we are doing the same thing with the plain water. Alright. So now I have the bowl, and now I am putting it into the plain water. So now the bowl submerges. Alright. So the bowl submerges, and now what does the ball do? Let's see. So the ball again sinks as the weight is concentrated in one place. So now I did the same steps as I did for everything. So hope you understood the principle of buoyancy. Thank you. Though I can tell you that one fact is that why do we float in Dead Sea? Dead Sea is filled with salt, and that's why it makes people float when you swim in the Dead Sea. Thank you.
That was astonishing, Nartana. Energy. It is neither created nor destroyed. It is only transformed from one form to another. Albert Einstein. Let's give a warm welcome to our friend Nilambari. Over to you, Nilambari.
What is energy? Energy is the capacity to do work. People change energy from one form to another and use it to do work. There are some forms of energy which are known as heat energy, kinetic energy, electrical energy, sound energy, potential energy, and chemical energy. Forms of energy. Heat energy is the result of the movement of atoms and molecules. A microwave is a simple example of heat energy. Electrical energy. Electrical energy is the flow of tiny particles called electrons and protons. Some examples of electrical energy are television, cell phones, and laptops. Sound energy. Sound energy is the movement of energy through air or water in the form of waves. The buzzing of tea is an example of sound energy. Chemical energy. Chemical energy is stored in chemical compounds. A battery is an example of chemical energy. All these forms of energy fall under the two main categories: potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential energy is the stored up energy of an object. Kinetic energy is the property of a moving object or particle. The water inside the bottle is potential energy because it's not moving. But when it starts flowing, the movement of it is kinetic energy. Thank you.
Math on Science Day? Mathematics is considered to be
the queen of science. Cool. I guess there is science to everything, as they say. Let's join Bhavin to find out.
Thank you, Sana. Good morning to all the parents, teachers, and students present here. My name is Bhavin, and the topic I've chosen is how to find the area and volume of circular shapes. I'm sure some of you might be wondering why I'm talking about maths on Science Day, but as scientists say, maths is there in and science is there in everything. First, let's talk about area. Area is calculated in two-dimensional objects. The formula for finding the area of a circle is pi into r to the power of 2, which means pi, which is 3.14, multiplied by the radius, and we square it. So here I'm going to show you an example. So as you can see, I have a piece of paper, and I'm going to draw a circle with a radius of 5 centimeters. So I've calculated my radius first, and now I'm going to draw the circle. So I've drawn my circle. So now to find the area of my circle, which an area is how much space the circle is taking. So I'm going to take my pencil. I'm going to take my pencil so I always have to document every step. So I write R, which is radius, not a capital R, a small r, equals to 5 centimeters. And pi equals to 3.14 centimeters. 3.14. So now I have to multiply 5 with 3.14. So first let's do 5 into 3, which is 15. And 5 into 14, or 1. Over here I'm going to do 14 because I'm going to add a dot, which is 4 5s are 20, and 1 5s are 5 plus 2, which is 7. So I've got 15.70 centimeters. So here we can say that A is equal to pi r cubed, which means we have to write cubic centimeters. Whenever it's whenever it's squared, we have to do it in squared centimeters, and whenever it's to the power of 3, we need to use cubic centimeters. So I'm going to simplify it to A equals to pi into 5 squared, which is 15.70 square centimeter. So as you can see, I've done it over here. So A equals to pi r squared, which is A equals to pi into 5 squared, which is 15.70 square centimeters. But right now this is not precise because pi has a much bigger quantity, but I've only taken the first 2 numbers after the decimal.
I heard Ayush is going to use acid in his demonstration. And don't you think it is dangerous? But I am sure he knows how to handle it. Over to you, Ayush.
Hi, my name is Ayush and I'm going to show you how acid and base react. So let me wear a safety mask in case of emergency. So I'm going to first tell how acid and base react to each other. So I'm going to pour acid. And then I'm going to pour the base after mixing. The carbon dioxide reacts. The carbon dioxide is released out when the base and the acid has been mixed together. I have two experiments. So my experiment 2 is when when base and acid are mixed together. They change colors. So I'm going to put turmeric. Turmeric is a natural indicator. Then I'm going to put surf, that is detergent, as the acid, and I'm going to change the color to red. This is base. This is the base. Now the liquid has been changed to red. And when I put some lemon into it, it's gonna again change to yellow. Its color turns reddish with base. It doesn't change color with the acid. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayush. That was wonderful. That was really tiring. Can you please turn on the fan? Ew! What's this weird water on my skin? Ditya, what do you have for us?
Hi everybody, so today I'm going to be talking about sweat. What is sweat? Hey sis, that was the best workout. But there is a lot of water coming out of me. Do you know what is and why it is so smelly and sticky? Well bro, that is all sweat. Let me explain. For example, you're biking up a hill and then you're actually pedaling as hard as you can. Your back is all really sweaty and so is your face. That is due to body sweating. So, when it gets hotter, your brain releases some water out of your body to make you cooler. The brain controls the temperature of your body, and when sweat evaporates, you feel a lot more cooler than you were before. But what is sweat made of? Sweat is mostly made of water. There are two chemicals named ammonia and urea, which are leftovers when your body breaks down protein. Do you know that sweat also contains salt and also sugar? But why is it so smelly and sticky? If you're outside on a hot and humid day, you're sweating because you are hot. But the sweat does not evaporate very well. Because the temperature is high, it takes longer for sweat to evaporate. Now, if you know that, why does it smell? Sweat itself isn't so smelly, but you know the bacteria that's sitting on your skin, when it mixes with the sweat, it makes a really stinky smell. But is sweat really useful? Well, yes, because it cools down your body. And it's a really good thing for your body because your body would overheat if you didn't have sweat. During exercise, if you actually sweat, that means you're going to have a healthy heart. If you're sweating on a really hot day and playing, that means you might lose too much water. So it's better to keep drinking water on hot days, especially in summer, which we are coming to soon. So bro, now do you understand what sweat is and why it is so sticky? Of course, I did sis, that is really interesting. I got to know a lot from it and I hope you did too. Bye!
I'm sure you all know of the three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. But did you know that there was a fourth state of matter too? Let's ask Sana to reveal the secret about the fourth state of matter.
Hello everyone, my name is Sanath and today we are going to discuss about plasma. Now, what is plasma? Plasma is this heated up gas. It can be known as clean energy when the gas that is heated up is oxygen. Plasma is most commonly known as the fourth state of matter. It is made of ions, gas molecules which are excited, free electrons, and molecule fragments which are highly energetic. Plasma is not the most common state of matter on Earth, but it is the most common state of matter in the whole universe. Examples are stars like the sun. Now, I am going to show you how to generate plasma. Now, there are two particles you can use, but I wasn't exactly able to list down my first particle. So, also I'm not able to perform this experiment using this particle due to some safety issues. So I can present my screen for this. I'm going to explain my second material, which is using grapes. Now over here, you can see that the grape in the middle of the microwave. So here you can see that a normal microwave, it produces 2.45 gigahertz. But as you can see, these small microwaves happening, and the diameter of a grape is just around 1 or 2 centimeter. So what actually happens is that the effect known as refraction, it reduces the microwaves to times 10, which is 1 by 10th of 12. We all know is 1.2 centimeter. So due to that, it goes within the grape. But since if you have only one grape, it only resonates in the center. So that's why if you cut one grape into half and place them together with only one small part of the skin touching, it resonates on the sides and creates a chemical hotspot. It creates like a kind of chemical hotspot, and then it releases ions from the grape, and then it just generates plasma. Wait, let me show you. So, ma'am, I'm going to just going to show you actually happening. So please wait. So here I have my microwave, and now I have 2 grapes, which are cut in halves. Can you see? Now I'm going to place one grape here in the center, and the other grape also, with the small part of their skin touching each other. Now I'm going to close it. Now when I turn it on, the ions are going to release into the air outside, and it's going to make plasma. So actually what would have happened is that, you know how you see the Wally crackers sparking? So exactly what would have happened was, if they hadn't moved apart, they would have actually resonated, and then it would have made sparks like that. So another way where I can show this is over here.
Beautiful, Sanat. Though we couldn't see it on live, but you gave us a real good glimpse through your videos, and it was a very good explanation. Prajita, can we move forward?
Now we have a very exciting experiment. There are two secret ingredients involved in this, which are activating my taste buds. Scientist Malia is now going to reveal the ingredients for us.
So my two secret ingredients are waffles and nitrogen. So eating the same food again and again makes me bored. So I tried to find out something new, nitrogen. So as you can see in the sizzlers, brownies, they add nitrogen to get that foggy effect. So with nitrogen, but I wanted to try something new. So I chose waffles. So what I did was I took a normal waffle and I just poured nitrogen. So what is nitrogen? Nitrogen has to be stored under 280 Celsius. And when I poured the nitrogen, the foggy effect came. And as you cannot touch it, the nitrogen just with your hands. So when you pour the nitrogen, why the foggy effect comes is because it is cold.
So, Earth's skin is not one sun, but many suns, each with its own story. Vikshita is here to share her research findings.
What is soil? Soil is a mixture of minerals, organic matter, and empty space which are filled with air and water. Soil is found on the surface of the earth. Through a process called weathering, the big rocks collapse into smaller and smaller pieces, sooner or later becoming a part of soil. As you can see here, soil is divided into three parts: topsoil, subsoil, and bedrock. The topsoil is found on the top layer where plants grow, and humus is a part of the topsoil. Subsoil is the middle layer of soil, which is a mixture of soil and rocks. Bedrock is the last layer of soil, which is made of many coatings of rocks. Here, there are three types of soils: sand, silt, and clay. Sand has the largest rock particles and that are rough and loose. Therefore, they cannot hold water and are not good for growing plants. Silt has smaller rock particles than those of sand and is smooth when it's wet. Therefore, it is able to hold some amount of water, but still isn't good enough for growing plants. Clay has the smallest rock particles from all that stick together very closely. Therefore, it can hold a good amount of water, but still not good enough for growing plants. So what is the best soil for growing plants? It is loam. Loam is a mixture of sand, silt, clay, and humus. Humus is the decayed plants and animals. Now I'm going to talk about the uses of soil. Soil is used to grow plants. It breaks down organic material and recycles the nutrients back into the plants. It is also a habitat for a variety of organisms. It is a habitat for a variety of organisms like earthworms. Since it absorbs water, it reduces pressure during floods. Thank you.
Dear parents, I am sure that you would agree with us that this learning beyond the classroom has helped us develop scientific attitude and critical thinking. We were able to develop the power of reasoning and application of scientific knowledge in a newer situation. Our parents are our most constructive critics and our biggest cheerleaders. We would love to hear from you parents about your experiences through this journey of Science Fest. Due to this time constraint, we wouldn't be able to hear from all. Kindly use the Padlet to share your thoughts and appreciations on this event.
As Ayush mentioned, I would request a few parents to volunteer and let us know your thought and reflection through this journey of Science Fest.
Yeah, ma'am, it was wonderful learning by the kids and as well as the parents also. So it was new, some experiments are new to the parents as well. So they've done a really good job. They've taken their own responsibility and they have learned it on their own as well.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for that appreciation. Thank you. Yes, we would like to hear from Sanat's mom. Yes.
Wonderful presentation, a wide areas covered, very diverse presentation, and very different forms of presentation, which was very thoughtful, and they have used their creativity on most angles and tried to do justice to whatever topic they have taken. So I'm very impressed. All the best and congratulations, kids.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that appreciation. As Ayush said, you are our cheerleaders, and it matters a lot when you are by the side of the child. And for us, yes, we would like to hear from Pranati's mom as well. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Hi, ma'am. So I just think it was a great opportunity for the kids. One thing is just for them to come up with some experiment. They had to go through a lot of experiments and then come up with something. So it's not just one experiment that they are learning. They are learning so many. And also now all the other kids are sharing so many other experiments, even if they don't understand everything completely, but at least they are getting some idea of something, and we can talk about that going forward. Okay, you saw that experiment and that is how it is. I believe all the kids did wonderfully well here. Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. And she very well showed how a scientist has to take failures as well. That was really nice, and I could see a few others as well. But were also motivated as their science did not function as they thought. They did not give up to that, and they went ahead. Absolutely, as you said, very wonderful job done by children. Yeah, yes, Sanat. As much it means to you as well. Yes, I see Radhika ma'am's hand raised. Could I?
Yeah. Hello, ma'am. It was a very nice experience to see so many kids come together in these circumstances and then come up with all these experiences, all these experiments that they have put forth. And I would also like to commend the way this is organized, the way it is organized, in the way it is synchronized and everything. And all the best to all the children who have done such a nice job. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. This is Ditya's mom. So thanks a lot, ma'am. Yeah, I see Vikshita's mom also raised her hands. Yeah, we would like to hear from you as well, ma'am.
Yeah, so I think they've done an excellent job for their age, because in our times, I don't think we had this opportunity. And what I liked is none of them looked nervous. They were all very confident. So I appreciate each one of them for that. And I think we have budding scientists in the making. Thank you so much.
I think they've already put their buds, ma'am, and they're yet to bloom it out. That's all. They have already put their buds, and we see all the buds over here. Yeah, and they just have to bloom. We are just waiting for them to bloom. Yeah, I see Ayush parent also raise a hand. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I'm very happy to be a part of this event. All the kids had lot of enthu in the morning, to come up with the ideas and the setup. Everything was ready, and the kids were eagerly waiting for their turn, just like Ayush. And after completing, they were so happy. Yes, I did good. That excitement was there. So this entire event was very good, and I'm happy that I could, see this event.
Thank you, parents. As we said, you are our real motivators, and we would also like, this is how we grow, and this is how we learn from our mistakes. We learn how to improve ourselves, and these children are real motivation for teachers as well. So thank you, children, for putting up a wonderful show. I would call upon Jaya ma'am to speak a few words for us.
Good morning, dear parents and the children, and all the teachers here. That was wonderful presentation done by the students, and I know the support that has been provided by the teachers and the parents was, beyond my words. And what I noticed is that students have come up to give their own, the scientific explanation based on their own experience, and they have used the scientific vocabulary they have learned in their classroom. So all the best to all of you as you take forward this, the learning, because science is everywhere and you can always, start developing the scientific attitude through observation. Okay, thank you so much.
All good things come to an end, and this much awaited event has to come to an end too. However, this certainly is not the end of our scientific journey. It is just the beginning, and we have lots to accomplish. As this sloka goes, Mata Pita Guru Deva. Let me begin with a thank you note to our mothers. Thank you, moms, for the belief that you have shown in us. Thank you, Dad, for the rock solid support and encouragement. Our teachers are nothing less than our parents. Thank you, teachers, for your guidance and unbeatable perseverance. Without your support, we wouldn't have been able to push our limits and fight our fears. Thank you, Dakshayani ma'am and Surya ma'am, for creating valuable opportunities. Our heartfelt gratitude to Jaya ma'am for motivating us in every endeavor we take. Thank you, school management, for all the arrangements that were done to make our learning joyous and uninterrupted. Thank you, Cosmic Energy, for making today's event a resounding success. With your blessing and grace, we were able to make this event what it was. Wish you all a great day. Thank you.